We are living through a messy transition. On the roads of the early 1900s, brand new automobiles had to navigate dirt paths alongside horse-drawn carriages. The two systems were forced to share the same space before the new one could truly take over. The engine itself was only one component of that revolution. Real economic gains occurred only after we paved the roads and redesigned cities around the car. Right now, most companies are still driving AI on dirt roads, dropping new tools into old workflows. The real leap happens when the entire organization is redesigned around the technology. That redesign is wiping out traditional specialized roles. We're seeing distinct disciplines like product management, core software engineering, and user interface design collapse into a single function. Companies are looking for product builders, individuals using AI to draft the specs, write the code, and design the interface in a single workflow. The legacy structure of 9 siloed departments is compressing into 3 core pods: R&D, go-to-market, and G&A, supported by unified AI agents. The math is brutal. One company's 120-person engineering team is shrinking to 25. A single engineer now oversees what required 8. Relying solely on deep, single-domain expertise now puts you in direct competition with AI agents. These systems can already handle 80% of the baseline work instantly. Waiting for your company to provide AI training is a mistake. By the time a corporate curriculum is approved, the baseline expectations for your job will have already shifted. Survival comes down to a choice. Trade the comfort of your current skill set for extreme adaptability, or trade your hands-on execution for high-stakes accountability. This shift has created the AI generalist. Think of them as the modern Swiss Army knife, professionals who use artificial intelligence to multiply their capabilities across multiple domains, from coding to content creation. Stop asking if AI will take your job. Instead, identify which of these newly structured AI-leveraged roles fits your specific assets. Let's look at the first path, the AI generalist. This requires competence across a broad set of tools: basic Python, API integration, and natural language prompting. You learn enough about each area to know exactly which automated tool solves the problem. This chart compares output between legacy roles and the new model. The payoff is massive leverage. Generalists are commanding salaries between $110,000 and $190,000 because one person can achieve 5 times the output of a traditional specialist. But there is a hidden cost. Staying a generalist means constant information overload. The tools and frameworks change every week, requiring a commitment to perpetual learning just to maintain your edge. If you want to move higher up the stack, there is the systems architect. These are the people designing how the agentic organization actually functions. Architects decide how humans and agents collaborate. They build the code pipelines, define what autonomous agents are allowed to do, and map out the rules of engagement for the entire system. To do this, you have to let go of the craft. Architects don't write the daily code or design the final assets. They surrender hands-on execution to focus entirely on operational flow and business logic. Both the generalist and the architect tracks require the same thing: surrendering the comfort of narrow specialization in exchange for massive systemic leverage. If you aren't technical, your survival path looks different. In highly regulated or physical industries, the most critical role is the validator. Right now, autonomous systems cannot be trusted entirely on their own when human safety or legal compliance is at risk. Validators secure their value by reviewing, correcting, and signing off on the AI's work. But there is a long-term risk here, known as the one-generation problem. Today's validators are experts because they spent years doing the junior-level work that AI is now automating away. This bell curve shows the demand for validators. It peaks right now, while agents are still unreliable. But as those models ingest human corrections and improve, the need for human review steadily declines. To stay relevant, validators will have to move toward increasingly complex edge cases, problems the models aren't yet capable of solving. That brings us to the final survival role, the relationship and accountability expert. Trust, empathy, and office politics remain human domains. Enterprise buyers don't sign major contracts because an AI ran a demo. They sign because they trust the person sitting across from them. And when the system fails, a human has to take the hit. Regulators don't hold algorithms accountable. They hold the leaders who sign the filings and manage the financial risk accountable. This work is fundamentally non-scalable. You cannot automate human trust. It relies entirely on high EQ and navigating complex organizational dynamics. In a world of infinite automated execution, the willingness to take on direct risk and build human relationships becomes the ultimate career moat. This matrix maps where these roles fit. Top left, digital product firms replace large departments with leveraged generalists and architects. Top right, digital services leave relationship experts wrapping an automated core. Bottom, physical companies strip administrative overhead, needing validators for safety and architects for logistics. While no sector is immune to this reorganization, the specific survival skill you need changes entirely depending on where your industry sits on this map. To find your path, start by identifying your primary career asset. If you are a legacy specialist with deep domain knowledge and little time to master technical tools, follow this branch toward validation and accountability. You must pivot from a doing mindset to an approving mindset. Preserve the value of your knowledge by accepting the legal or financial risk that AI models cannot carry. Now, if you naturally index high on adaptability and technical fluency, your path is different. Skip the traditional gatekeeping. Focus on the AI generalist track. Build multi-domain projects that prove you can orchestrate complex systems, rather than collecting narrow traditional credentials. If you are a business leader, your role is to facilitate this restructuring. You must rebuild your teams around architects and agents. Start re-interviewing your staff based on their ability to orchestrate AI, not their legacy skills. You face two types of friction: the friction of constant, perpetual learning, or the friction of ultimate responsibility. The isolated single domain specialist has become a relic. The future belongs to those who can adapt, integrate, and validate.